The Commonwealth of Virginia refers to this as a driver improvement clinic. Another name for it could be a defensive driving class. That's the skill that we'll be teaching. The way I approach defensive driving is to break it down into 3 basic tools. The first is preparation. The second tool is anticipation. And tool number 3 is response. We'll start with preparation. It's an underestimated part of defensive driving, and it's the tool that allows every other defensive driving tool to work. Then here's a way to look at it. Anticipation. You're in a moving vehicle in an environment filled with other moving vehicles, people in motion, and variable road conditions. Anticipation means having all the information that you need and the tools to interpret that information so that you can respond in a timely manner. Unless you have the tools to anticipate how other drivers will behave or what road conditions lay ahead, particularly when it's crowded or during poor weather, any response to a hazard may be too late to avoid it. Finally, response means being able to change how you drive to suit the situation. Being responsive means altering speed, how much clear space you try to maintain around your vehicle, or how to navigate a turn or other maneuver to suit the environment. Ultimately, response comes down to the daily driving habits that characterize a safe driver, as well as the responses to a hazard or emergency that can hopefully avoid a crash. We'll be using those 3 tools, preparation, anticipation, and response, as a framework for defensive driving in this class. This isn't really a typical framework for defensive driving. In fact, there's no one approach that every organization or person refers to. For example, the National Safety Council lists these 3 elements as their formula for defensive driving. Recognize the hazard, understand the defense, and act correctly and in time. That's not a bad list, but it just covers how to respond and leaves off what you do to be ready to respond, preparation and anticipation. Another popular defensive driving system, the Smith system, was designed specifically for commercial drivers. Developed by Harold Smith in the 1960s, the Smith system lists 5 keys to defensive driving. They are: 1. Aim high in steering. This means look as far ahead as you can. 2. Keep your eyes moving. Don't stare in any one direction for more than a few seconds. 3. Get the big picture. This is a way of saying that you should have a general awareness of what's happening all around you. 4. Make sure others see you. This one's pretty self-explanatory. And number 5, leave yourself an out. In other words, keep your vehicle where there's room to brake or steer to escape danger. Again, this is a pretty good list, but it focuses mostly on the second tool, anticipation, without discussing response, or for that matter, the first tool, preparation. Personally, I think preparation is a good place to start. So let's begin with a look at preparation.